Joe's Vegan Guide.
Frog the fortnight, frog the fortnight, frog the fortnight. It's a bit like Mark the Week.
Trademark.
Hello, I'm Gemini.
And I'm Creeping Miasma.
Together we're the Vegan Queens, and this is episode 2 of Frog the Fortnight, Frog the Fortnight, Frog the Fortnight. It's a bit like Mark the Week.
Trademark.
Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to another show. Last 2 weeks, oh my goodness.
Can't believe another fortnight's come and gone and been.
Well, I can, because it's been full of travesty and tumultuousness.
Tomfoolery, silliness and bafflement.
It's got on my nerves, actually.
Me and all.
And there's been one particular fella who's been poking me a lot over the last 2 weeks.
Do tell.
And I don't mean in a pleasant way.
Oh,
He's been bothering me.
who is he? Who is he?
You know who he is.
I know, but we're trying to heighten the dramatic effect.
He's called dun, 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 Lawrence Fox.
Remember that song? What does the fox say? Well, we're about to tell you.
A load of crap.
Yeah.
Is what the fox says. No, I really took umbrage with it during an episode. Was it BBC Question Time?
It was Question Time.
Yeah, BBC Question Time, and they were talking about Meghan and Harry. And there was a lovely lady in the audience, a person of colour,
Yeah.
citing the fact that the British media
Yes.
had indeed been racist. Oh well, Lawrence Fox.
You would have thought someone had smacked his mum, wouldn't you?
Speaking with the tones of a jumped-up jingoist. That means a very, 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 very nasty nationalist.
Horrid. I think the BNP squared.
Yeah, it was just like, there is no racism in this country. This is one of the most accepting and best countries. La la la. I'm speaking through my white privilege now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Well, yes, we could hear you, Lawrence, and it was embarrassing.
Oh, I was ashamed of him.
I am so sick of white men saying that there's no racism.
Yeah.
I am how people of colour feel, I do not know.
I can only imagine.
We can only imagine, because we're not people of colour.
Yeah.
But we are in a minority ourselves. So we know what it's like to have hardships and real facts of life that you've been through and experienced yourself completely denied
Yeah.
by somebody who couldn't possibly imagine what they are.
Exactly.
And it's redonkulous.
It is.
It's a bit like standing outside in broad daylight and somebody stood in the middle of the street saying, "Look, the sky's black!" No, it's not.
It's not though, is it? Yeah.
It's a bit grey.
Yeah. Oh, it was a Made in Chelsea way he did it as well, weren't it? Did you see? It was like, oh, I'm like so bored of like people saying that there's like racism in this country, because it's just like, actually, I know like at least 2 black people, and they've told me that I'm practically black myself, so it's like, how could I possibly be racist? I'm not privileged, alright? Now let me just roll down the window with my Bentley.
Just paraphrasing.
I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
And adding conjecture.
Yeah, allegedly, I should have said, yes.
Yeah. Those were his words, but that might as well have been what he said now. I did see him, I wanted to kind of, swat up a bit on this.
Yes.
So I looked on the tube.
Yes.
And I saw an interview with him and Piers Morgan. Well, of course, Piers agrees with 98% of what Lawrence Fox says, doesn't he? Because Piers is the same kind of guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't like liberals or vegans or progressives or people who think.
Or sausage rolls. Getting ripped, Piers.
Yeah. So the only part where apparently Lawrence has said something negative about the film 1917, but in particular the portrayal of Sikhs within this movie, and that was the only bit that Piers Morgan didn't agree with him on, because apparently he's swatted up on the war himself, the First World War. This would be go back to that in a minute. I've got something to say about the First World War. So he didn't agree. Piers actually defended that and said, "Well, Sikhs did fight with us."
Absolutely.
But yeah, Lawrence has had death threats, allegedly. This is what he said himself, and of course we don't agree with that, because what does that do for anybody?
Yeah.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Lawrence, I believe you. I never want to listen to your music or see you act in anything
It's crap
again.
anyway.
You've shown me who you are. Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Now, the issue that the kind of racism comments and it not existing were in reference to were Meghan and Harry.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here, we're just going to pop up just a couple of side-by-sides pictures, you know, side-by-side headlines from Katie and Meghan. What this is a modern day story of the Princess and the Dildo. The Princess and the Pea.
Yeah, Rampant Rabbit, yeah.
Except the P is the paparazzi. The P is the papers. And the way that they say things and handle things. Saw a beautiful tweet, my asthma.
Did you?
Somebody had actually took a photograph of it and had started sharing it around. Because it said, people are coming down on Harry and Meghan, and yet a prince and princess have just told an entire nation of young people this life isn't all it's cracked up to be. And we don't want you to fund us. We want to fund ourselves. As if that's a bad thing to tell young people. Being a prince, being a princess, it's not all glamour.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all wonder. And these people want out because they've had enough. And good for them. Because they're thinking of their child, not just themselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Meghan doesn't want her baba going through what she's experienced.
No, well, who would?
And let's not forget, Harry's mum did exactly this in 1993. She kind of signed off her royal duties and said that she couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. And do you know the most ironic thing about all that is all these, and I'm not saying it's just
jars.
them, but jars.
Recycled jam jars from Sainsbury's. Lovely as little tumblers. Lovely.
I feel like you're out in East London. It's lovely that. I'm not saying it's all just Tories that have took against them for this, but they tend to be monarchists. Are having a right go. Is that not their ethos? Help yourself. Don't rely on the state.
You can't. It's this country, the UK, we're talking about here, has such a deeply ingrained racism that's led to many people voting for Brexit in the first place and then for the Conservative Party in the last general election just to make sure that Brexit got done, because 3 years down the line some people were still saying in the street to reporters, just like that guy in Barnsley did that I linked up to once, oh well, yeah, I voted Brexit because of those Muslims.
Yeah. Doesn't even make sense.
I could pull my hair out.
Doesn't even make sense,
I could pull my hair out.
Could you? I don't think it's wise.
Well, I won't, but, you know, I could.
But yeah. No, it all ties into this meta-narrative that we've got this weird mindset in this country, that we've always been this, like, pioneering nation that's done no wrong, never accepted help. It's as if people think we won the wars single-handedly, and they're trying to reclaim this mythical, fictional time that never actually existed. It's like, stop that, please. Because if you're going to recreate a fictional world, I'd sooner it be the Magic Faraway Tree.
You know what I mean?
Because I love that book.
Let's go to Wonderland.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You'd have a go there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, down the rabbit hole. Well, I don't know, I've spent a lot of time down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, sniffing.
This last, you know. And then we've got Storm Gloria, who's been ravaging Spain.
Yes.
25 and 50 foot waves.
Massive.
Big, massive, huge waves. Smashing into the coastline, all this sea foam, you know, floating up the streets.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times I've had a dodgy tummy and I've had some foam floating up the streets myself, but not like
Not to that level.
Not like that.
That was a localised incident,
shocking.
wasn't it?
What have we got on us list of things
we've got to discuss it. Well,
we've talked about quite a lot there.
I think we've got one that might be quite nice, that if you could do it in your alliteration voice, all the bees.
Oh, yes. My little line, yeah?
No,
Boris and the begging for the Big Ben bong.
A tragedy in 3 acts. No, the main tragedy is her.
So, they set up this GoFundMe page to try and get a temporary floor into Big Ben just so that they could bong on January 31st.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Parliament said, you better stop that, you can't use public money for that.
Yeah.
So they've stopped, but the fund was already at 200,000. Those people who donated £200,000 to hear a bell bong on a day when half the country would be devastated, spend your money on some pasta, beans and tomatoes and go to a bloody food bank.
Yeah.
Do something good for your fellow humans. Seriously, how many people need to take a step back, just look in a mirror and analyse themselves as deeply as they do everybody else? Because everybody's so critically looking around. I'm judging her next door. Look, she comes in at all hours. She might be working all hours for all you know. Look at her, she's always wearing some expensive clothes. Dad might have bought them. Stop judging people and look at yourself.
Yeah.
Because this country's going to pot.
Going to the dogs.
It really isn't.
It's awful. It's awful. It's horrid. It's foul.
And it's scaring me.
It's scaring me and all.
Go on, list.
List, next. Well, this week...
I thought you had it wrote on your phone.
I have done, but I remembered it.
Oh, good on you.
This last week, weekend, we had RuPaul's Drag Con in London.
Con being the operative word for some people, because there was a lot of talk in the RuPaul groups about how they were upset at some of the prices for pictures.
Oh, gosh.
Now, we were talking about this, weren't we?
We were. In depth.
We said... some of them are too expensive.
Yeah.
They just are. We understand there being a price tag only in that it then puts people off asking you for a picture, because otherwise you would literally be stood in a queue all day just taking pictures. Now we can testament this.
Yes, indeed.
Because we're only little drag queens. Tiny.
Mini.
On the scale of things, we've got no televisual exposure to make people adore us. Do you know? We're just us. We do as YouTube. We do as live shows. And last year, when we did Bolton Pride, the queue for pictures when we got off stage, it nearly made us both cry.
You'd think someone were flogging cup final tickets.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was it was lovely. And again, that's part of the job, innit? You know, to be there and to
Asian
give people
families,
experience.
white families, fabulous kids draped in rainbow garb.
We love to see it.
It was amazing.
We love to see it.
We'd have never ever thought of saying, yeah, £2.
Yeah. Oh, it makes me feel cootie.
I mean, we could have gone Greggs for quite a few steak bakes had we done that.
If we could get hold of one, bloody hell.
But we didn't.
But we didn't. But yeah, so the prices of the photos were too high. I thought this were a bit much. £35 for a photo with RuPaul and she weren't even in drag. Make the effort, girl.
£40 for a picture with Adore Delano, but with a goodie bag.
Yeah. And I mean, she's
so we were saying, but there was no option to just have a picture for like a tenner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm sure I read that something one were charging £25, and I was like, girl,
it's a lot of money, isn't it?
You've been on one show.
It's a lot of money, and if you think, because a lot of young people go to these things as well.
That's what annoys me about it. It's like young people that really look up to you, that would help you grow your profile by sharing the shiz out of you on Instagram and tagging, and that's all so important when you're trying to build a career.
Of course it is.
Half of them or more won't be able to afford £25 for a picture.
Say you had 4 pictures, you know, and think of how many drag artists there are. That's £100. Who's got £100? Who as an adult has got £100 to just throw
away like that?
They're mine kids. Also, apparently it was massively oversold as well. DragCon.
Yes.
There were people queuing outside who were told apparently you might not even get it.
I know. And now, because of reading some of this controversy in the groups, Paul, you know lovely Paul John, he wrote this thing about, you know, it's fabulous that you're all supporting Drag Race and that the art form, because it is an art form, has been given a platform like never before. But don't forget to support your local drag queens.
There you go.
Check your local bars and your local town centres, particularly your LGBTQ bars.
Yeah.
For drag shows, and go and support them, because we're out there singing until our throats are sore, with drunk people shouting at us, demanding song titles.
Songs we don't even know.
We deserve a bit of your attention as well.
And I will just say, no tea, no shade to the commercial stuff that is on telly and stuff. You will probably see, it will vary in quality as every art form does.
Oh, of course.
But you will probably see more creativity in a local bar and more interesting ideas around performance than you're going to see on that programme.
She's not wrong. The girls on the programme are very restricted, obviously,
of course
because
they are.
They're bound by the by the format of the show.
Yeah.
But all of them girls do what we do.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
Yeah. That's the bread and butter.
That'd be nice.
Very briefly, I think we wouldn't mind touching on the recent spate of vegan documentaries that have been on telly.
Yeah, there's been... Now, I haven't watched Veganville yet, but we do know one of the fellas that's in it, Danny.
We do.
And apparently it's been reasonably well received. It's a 3-part on the BBC, so that's going to be available on the iPlayer.
Yeah.
Should you be interested. And there's been this... is it called Meet the Family?
There's Meet the Family where they're in what was it called? How to Steal a Pig as well, there was as well.
Well, Michelle Lowe did a very good short video about Meet the Family and her feelings on it, which immediately let me know I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, because basically the premise being that families are given farm animals to look after for a while, and at the end of the period they have to either put the animal back into the food chain or decide to go vegetarian and give the animal to a sanctuary. And thus far they've all eaten the animals.
Right.
The very animals they've been looking after have been packaged and sent back to them.
What I don't like about these documentaries,
cognitive dissonance.
And I don't think it's necessarily, I'm not accusing anybody or anybody who's been on those programs, is that actually, I don't necessarily think they always paint veganism in the best light.
Well, they don't.
Because TV has an agenda, and it wants to cater to the the biggest demographic. And you know, sad though it is, there is a bigger demographic of people that are not vegan than are in this country thus far. So, you know, we're not going to see an unbiased account here after you've seen editing and blah, blah, blah. And it's about provoking conversation with that engagement with their Twitter accounts afterwards, isn't it? A lot of people after How to Steal a Pig were like, taking the pig away from its mum, it would have died, blah, 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 by these activists who took pigs away that were in farms. And we said afterwards, didn't we? It was like, well, it's going to die anyway. If you send it back to the farm, they're going to slaughter it. So that level of cognitive dissonance is deep.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, I just want
it's because it happens amongst vegans as well. Vegans can get very antsy about what you're promoting. Read on one of Paul and Jason's videos the other day, one of the shopping videos. Instead of touring people around a supermarket, you should tour them around a garden and show them how to grow their own vegetables. Yeah, because everyone's got the land and the time for that.
Yeah.
Read the room. Don't stop it, vegans. You're so far stuck up yourselves.
Yes.
With this is an issue I'm so passionate about. Just let people get onto vegan food and have their own journey.
Yeah.
Be passionate about what you're passionate about. But stop preaching it at people.
Yeah.
Because you're actually putting people off.
Yeah.
Point blank, you put people off.
Yeah.
You, by doing that, hurt more animals. You've got to get it in your heads.
That's the tea.
I won't put up with it.
No. I don't want to be lectured to by someone telling me to distill pond scum and use it as a face cream.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm about the animals.
Give me a break.
Exactly. So that's that. That's the tea on that.
Now, I don't even want to talk anymore about the last fortnight.
That's not.
To be honest, just because it's been shocking. It shivered my timbers.
She's not wrong.
I've been sat in this front room at night, shuddering, stroking my pussy to try and calm myself down.
Yeah, I rang her up during once. I got off the phone sharpish. I know you've been upset. But shall we try and offer some words of wisdom then to people who might also be suffering?
Well, we've actually had some inquiries, haven't we?
We have.
So, we had one inquiry from a lovely friend of ours. I don't think we're allowed to say when they've been privately messaged.
Let's err on the side of caution.
Well, err on the side of caution. You know who you are. About men sending unsolicited dick pics to ladies over social media. Now, fellas, loves, me little darling, your dick, albeit maybe lovely, is not a first port of call when... See, what you straight men do is you do what gay men do.
Yeah, and I don't like that either.
I don't either. But it's true, isn't it?
But it's very true. It's very true.
On the apps, on the the apps like the Grindr and stuff like that.
The Scruffle.
Because the main aim of those apps is for sexual hookups.
Yeah.
It just is.
Your PR department can lie, but we know it's true.
Guys send each other dick pics, and now this makes me wonder: do some of these guys out there are they using these apps and then getting confused?
Yeah.
Because why would you do that?
Yeah.
In fact, if any of you who've ever done that could explain to us down there in the comments, create a new account, pretend it's not you. Tell us down, what do you think you will gain from sending an unsolicited dick pic to a lady?
Yeah. Or a certain kind of gentleman even.
Now, if you want to invite me out for a cocktail, if you want to put on your dicky bow for our first date,
slow screw against the wall.
If you want to turn the knob and hold the door open for me, all of these things are acceptable.
Yeah. I do not want your shriveled penis in my inbox.
The sword isn't as powerful as the pen is.
Yeah. Do you need a moment there? Yeah. But here's what you can do, which a woman in Germany has done.
Did you like that?
I loved that, by the way.
Twisted it round a bit.
I liked it, I did.
The sword isn't as powerful as the pen is. The pen is. But also, dear lovely lady, I think you're ever so beautiful. I would love to take you out on a first date.
Yeah.
I imagine you might like food, or maybe a cocktail.
Yeah. Or 3, lol.
Would you do me the honour of joining me one evening?
Yeah.
Respectfully, Brian.
Yeah. Also,
don't put in brackets with a massive dick.
Yeah, don't.
Say it in your mind.
Yeah.
Don't speak the quiet bits out loud.
Yeah. Read the room, Brian.
Trump does that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's like a mouth breather, innit? Bringing that back from last week. Also, Brighton, have a bit of self-esteem as well. Trust that you've got more to offer somebody than what's between your legs.
And you have.
And you probably have, unless you're horrible. In which case, maybe you haven't, but that's a separate story. And if you're not careful, here's my advice, by the way, to the lovely lady who was struggling with this.
Go on.
She could do what a lady in Germany did, which was she collected all her unsolicited dick pics and she made them into key rings and sold them at a festival and said, now they're consensual. Snaps for that lady. I would do that, you know. I've had my first share. I could do a side hustle.
Bitch! Why am I? Cause my pussy pops the feeling and yours don't.
Fabulous. Any other from the vault, Carol?
We've got another one, but I'm going to need to stop and restart and do our special little a few moments later.
A few moments later.
Hello, we're back. Hello there. Now we've had a lovely message from Anonymous from East Kilbride.
Barbara Dixon's birthplace.
Wanting to know all about medications. And I think this is an issue, my asthma, that concerns a lot of vegans.
Yeah.
What might that issue be? I'll let you share the actual
sure.
issue.
So I think there's some, I would have put it, there's some concern over what the ethics are with veganism in terms of taking medications. Have they been tested on animals?
Yeah.
Are they perhaps even containing animal ingredients?
Yes.
You know, and are there alternatives to that, or do you have to just suck it up basically and take the meds?
Yeah. Now, you can always ask your doctor who is the one putting you on medication. One would hope.
Yeah, if it's someone down a back alley, get a second opinion.
If it's the milkman, you need to go to the CAB.
Yeah.
So you can always ask and say, what is the capsule made of? If it's gelatin, is there a non-capsule alternative? Is there a liquid, a powder? Is there something? You could always do that, but when it comes to medication that you need antibiotics because you've got a really bad infection or whatever,
or even long-term meds if it's a condition that has to be managed.
Don't forget the definition of veganism. The definition of veganism is doing the best that you can as far as is practicable and possible.
Yes.
So if there is no vegan non-tested on animals medicine and you need medicine, you take the medicine because you have to.
Yeah.
Because you have to be well. Yeah. Because you have to save more animals.
Exactly. Can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm.
Now, we had another lovely queen up in Scotland.
It's very popular, isn't it, for agony?
Well, she wanted some advice about her pussy.
Oh, right.
And now she has a bit of a concern about feeding the cat.
Right.
With cat meat, you know, because again, that is in some way funding the animal agriculture industry.
Yes.
What we have to do is not force our beliefs on. If you have a cat that's vegan, brilliant. I've tried my pussy
many times
on vegan food, and she went without.
Right. Rather than
yeah.
Okay.
I've tried a couple of bits, and I think I don't necessarily think that you're even not necessarily obligated to try. To be honest with you,
no,
I don't think, because cats are obligate carnivores.
I was just going to say obligate carnivores, yeah.
And now a lot of cat food has got the right nutrients mixed. I think taurine is a big one.
I think it's a big one
for cats. But if they turn their nose up at it, these people are parts of our family.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, if your ill mother, for example, turned her nose up at vegan food but needed to eat. What would you do?
Yeah. It's catch-22.
These are companion animals that we've invited into our lives, and we do what's best for them.
Yeah. Because we have to, I suppose, remember as well, I appreciate that it's different in the home where you've got pre-packaged food and stuff, but if they were in the wild, they'd eat it anyway.
Can I just say, by the way, hello, Six.
Hello.
Six, hello, darling. Oh, you're so beautiful.
Thought she was shouting me, then that's a new nickname that we'd not previously agreed
on. When a queen asks me to shout out her pussy, I'm going there.
Of course she is. Can I wrap up with a little cute one to finish this little agony corner?
Let's do it.
As it were. Well, it's been 4 problems, agony cube. A beautifully formally message, here we are, shall remain anonymous. Dear Gemini and Miasma, hello. How do you create a wonderful personality? As I've been made aware on several occasions that I have shit vibes. Yours sincerely, a troubled gay boy.
Bless.
Hello, Marcus. I'm kidding, it's not Marcus.
Now,
you could get a pet.
What's he been labelled as by folk?
That he's got shit vibes. Yes.
Well, some insular time might be valuable. It's always good to take an outside look at ourselves and see what we're emitting out there into the world. But you can only be yourself, my darling. Because anything else, any part of your personality that you have to force or create doesn't come from a genuine place. And I think people are as likely to see through that as they are to call you out for having shit vibes.
Exactly.
So if you've got shit vibes, if other people say you've got shit vibes, own that. Say, oh, I do apologise. Maybe go away from me.
Yeah. Look at Jess Phillips. She's got mega shit vibes and she was like pretty close to the Labour leadership, so you're not alone.
Look at Boris Johnson. People actually pay to go and see him.
Shit vibes in a fridge.
So, I think maybe just, you know, I'm trying to give genuine advice here, and she's just throwing out one-liners she's heard on every sitcom for the last 20 years.
That's a lie, I made them all up.
I know.
Thank you.
So,
In this episode.
oh, alright. There's not much more.
That was shit vibes.
There's not much advice you can give, is there?
Be yourself, my love. If you've got shit vibes, what are the vibes of the people that are selling you your shit? Have a look at them. Because sometimes it's easy to look over other folks' lawns, isn't it? And yours is overgrown.
And what do they mean by shit vibes, anyway?
Yeah.
You know, I've asked them to define it.
Particles of poo
Define
floating
that.
around.
What do you actually mean by shit vibes? But, you know, maybe you have. Maybe you've got shit vibes.
Yeah.
And maybe you need to take a long, hard look at yourself.
Yeah.
And acknowledge what you emit, and maybe try and tweak the frequency a little, so that other people aren't calling you out.
Yeah.
But, like I said at the start of the answer, be you.
Exactly. And if all else fails, have your hair done. It can take years off you. So yeah.
Maybe need to carry that on now. That was
No, I'm done. That was the tea on that.
right.
Or the lemon juice, I should say. Best of British. Is not anywhere remotely around this country.
It better not become hard to get lemons after this bloody
I'll be
Brexit
fuming.
malarkey.
If we all get scurvy, I'll be
It's
fuming.
likely,
I know.
innit? That's the awful part about it.
Imagine you look at that Tory party cabinet, you get scurvy just looking at a photo of them.
Well, you
don't
can do. You can do. Right, I'm not sure when this is going to go up. What I do know is that there's a brand new Star Trek related series called Picard starting on Friday the 24th. So it might be yesterday if this is going up on Saturday, but sometime around now. That's the wonderful thing. And I think that's it, isn't it, love?
Fabulous. Yeah, that's another fortnight done.
My pussy's scratching to get out of the door.
Wouldn't you? I love you
And breathe.
so much.
We want to thank you so much for joining us. We've had a fantastic time. Trying to keep it short this time. We don't want to bombard you with all negativity, but these last 2 weeks, girl, they've been hard. They've been hard to deal with.
We're not going to flim-flam you. We're going to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, we're not going to lie. It's been full of shit.
Yeah.
It's been a shocking couple of weeks.
But next time we see you, it'll be
No wonder
February.
that lovely gay boy's being told he's got shit vibes. He's
vibes.
living in shit at the moment.
Everyone's
we all
got
are.
asthma.
We'll be back in a fortnight with another episode of Front the Fortnight. Do send us your problems.
Yes.
Be it in a message below, or you can get in touch with us on Twitter by messaging the Vegan Queens, Insta, Vegan Queens UK, Facebook, the Vegan Queens. You know,
All the usuals.
all the usual places. Find us, send us a private message, we'll sort out your problem for you.
Yeah.
We're that kind of girl. We just like sorting other people's problems.
I'm a giver.
She's a taker as well. I'm only talking about Tip Street, darling.
Oh, okay.
Location. Right. Do you want to say goodbye?
I will. It's bye from me, Creepy Miasma, and Miss Snazzy Monocle.
It's bye from me, the lovely Miss Gemini, and me big ring. We'll be back with you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching for the fortnight. Take care of yourselves. Be excellent to yourself, in fact, and each other.